When sprinting, you're putting out the maximum amount of power you can whilst riding.
That makes technique vitally important. You want to make the most of that effort, transfer it into pure speed. In terms of your body position, almost without exception, it's most efficient to sprint out of the saddle, recruiting the muscles in your upper body and using some of your body weight to push down on the pedals will be the best way for almost everybody to reach their maximum power output.
Hold the handlebars on the drops. This will lower your head and body, which reduces your frontal area and makes you more aerodynamic. More importantly though, it is a very secure way of controlling the bike, which is exactly what you need when you're sprinting flat out. Because of the amount of force that you're transferring to the pedals, you'll need to brace yourself against the bars. Grip them tightly and use your upper body to provide a stable platform to push from. That includes your arms and chest, but also your core, which will play a key role in keeping your hips stable.
For the truly puny cyclist, a few press-ups or some time in the gym could make a significant difference to your sprinting performance.
Although a lot of riders sprint with their elbows out to keep them lower and more stable, it does cost you some aerodynamic efficiency. So try to keep them tucked into your body for the perfect technique. It's only a small point, but it will make a difference.
Lowering your head provides a significant boost in aerodynamics, but don't make the mistake of tucking your head in and looking downwards. It's very dangerous. So keep your head down, but look forward.
Gear selection is really important when sprinting, as the opportunities for changing it mid-sprint are limited. Both the simple action of moving a finger from the bars to the levers and also the pressure on the gears make it a difficult thing to do. You need to be really confident in your equipment, so do plenty of practice. But better still is to get the gearing right before you even start your sprint. It's impossible for us to recommend a specific gear for individual situations, as there are so many variables, not least how much power a rider can put out. As a guideline though, at full gas your cadence needs to be quick, over 110 revs per minute. This means that when you launch your sprint you might be a bit overgeared, as you might not have the luxury of a slick lead-out train driving at 60 km per hour.
Some sprint situations can be really cagey, especially when sprinting from small groups. The speeds can be pretty slow until it all kicks off. So sprinting requires rapid acceleration.
Finally, the important thing to know about sprinting technique is how long you can do it for. When you're fresh, 20 seconds at full power is quite easily achievable. But remember that when you're fatigued at the end of a ride or race, that may reduce to as little as 10 seconds. Of course, that translates into a completely different distance on the road. So depending on your speed, it could be as much as 200 metres or as little as 50. When a sprint is concerned, it's definitely not the taking part that counts, so make sure you know what you're sprinting for and plan accordingly. You should also take into account the road conditions. So if you've got a slightly downhill or tailwind sprint, you can afford to launch things early. Conversely, if you've got a headwind or slight uphill, it's important to leave it as late as possible.
So, if you follow these tips, you'll be well on your way